Hello and welcome to the journal. Today we're at the Anno Museum at Tel Aviv University to see one of the oldest and most complete copies of the Hebrew Bible, the Codex Sassoon. The Sassoon crown is one of the oldest and most complete copies of the Hebrew Bible in existence, with a history dating back to the 9th and 10th century. This dating for the beginning of the 10th century was determined by Professor Israel Yavin, apparently by using paleographic data such as the font of the script and its shape. It was later confirmed by a carbon-14 dating test in 2018. The Sassoon crown includes all 24 books of the Bible, except for the first 10 chapters at the beginning of Genesis and other lost pages, and has been passed down through the generations from hand to hand, country to country for over 1,000 years. The Sassoon crown was written in ink on sheepskin and bound in a modern leather binding, weighing about 12 kilograms and including 792 pages of written texts, except for the 12 pages which were declared missing. In the exhibit, we see this enormous Bible is displayed behind transparent glass. The Hebrew letters are woven into verses with 3 columns on each page. The words are familiar to people of all ages and backgrounds, despite being written thousands of years ago. On the display, we see the Book of Deuteronomy, which reads in Hebrew script the 10 Commandments. It is a pan-Jewish matter, but it's also a universal one. To stand and marvel at the point from which so many human paths begin, which continue until this day. This historical piece of writing took an estimated 2 years to complete, and it was reportedly written in either Israel or Syria. Therefore, the Sassoon crown serves as a testament of the rich Jewish life in the Middle East around the 9th and 10th century. In the 13th century, the Codex was dedicated to the synagogue in the Makshin community, which is identified with the town of Markada in present-day Syria. A detailed inscription on the last page of the manuscript reflects the tragedy that befell this community, which was attacked by invaders. Fearing for the book's safety, it was smuggled out of the synagogue and entrusted to Salama ben Avi el-Facher, who was required to return it to the community when the synagogue was rebuilt. Sadly, the synagogue was never built again, and the Codex disappeared for almost 600 years. The book, however, resurfaced in the 1920s, when an extraordinary man named David Sassoon, perhaps the most important collector of Jewish books, purchased it in 1929 for £350 in Frankfurt. The document, named after Sassoon, was the product of his lifelong passion for collecting and researching ancient Jewish manuscripts. Born into a privileged Iraqi Jewish family, Sassoon established a library in his hometown of London and spent his life amassing over 1,000 manuscripts from all corners of the globe, from Ashkenazi communities in the West to Yemen and North Africa, and even as far as India. His collection was a testament to his unwavering dedication to preserving Jewish history and culture. Despite his devotion to these priceless artifacts, Sassoon passed away in 1942, leaving his descendants to inherit his cherished collection of over 1,000 manuscripts. While some notable books were later donated to the National Library of Israel, Sassoon crown took a different path. The manuscript was sold to the Railway Workers' Pension Fund of Great Britain, which eventually sold it to an unknown private buyer in 1978. Within a short time, it was purchased in 1989 by Jackie Safra, a Jewish businessman living in Switzerland. Throughout these transactions, Sassoon's crown remained out of public view, hidden away for praying eyes. In recent decades, the manuscript has been exhibited to the public only once, almost 40 years ago, in the British Museum. Nevertheless, it remains a prized possession and a testament to Sassoon's dedication to preserving the ancient history and culture of the Jewish people. Now, the Sassoon's crown is in Israel as part of a final tour which also includes London, Los Angeles, Dallas and New York, just before going up for auction at Sotheby's auction house. With a price range estimated between $30 and $50 million, the Sassoon crown may become the most valuable historical document of all time. Thanks for joining us in today's video on the journal, where we saw the oldest written Hebrew Bible, the Codex Sassoon. See you next time.